Tomorrow, December 7th, 1941, we will expand our empire. We will prove that we are superior to other people. We will commence the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941. A date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The facts of yesterday and today speak for themselves. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph. So help us God. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
I'm here at Fort Knox interviewing Jack Miller, a soldier from World War II. Thank you for being here, Mr. Miller.
You're welcome.
How old were you when you first entered World War II?
I was 19 just after the bombing of Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. I joined January 24th, 1942.
What was your position?
I was a DM, designated marksman. I was fighting around the major battle that I fought in was Okinawa. We wanted to capture the island to build an airstrip so we could bomb Japan.
What was your day-to-day life like?
Kind of harsh. The islands were kind of muddy and tropical, so it got really hot. We mostly moved around from island to island. Like I said, the major battle I was in was Okinawa. So we were kind of moving around the island trying to get at certain strategic points.
What were the Americans fighting for?
We were fighting for freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and payback for Pearl Harbor.
What was the average American's belief?
We believed in the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and equality among men.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Miller.
You're welcome.
I'm here interviewing Kasaya Johann, a Nazi from World War II. Thank you for being here, Mr. Johann.
It would be my pleasure, ma'am.
What did you believe as a Nazi?
We believe that all of the races were full of illness and distribution, so we had an idea of extinguishing them.
What was the government's main goal?
Our government's main goal was to control any public or private association so that we could, control our people.
Why did Hitler not like the Jews?
Hitler didn't like the Jews because he thought they were the source of all our problems. Anything had to do with bad, that's what he blamed on.
What was the Nazis' opinion on religion and race?
The Nazis' opinion on that was it was the two most important things to a Nazi's life, and that's all that mattered.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Johann.
It'd be my pleasure.
Today I'm here interviewing Jacob Gehring, a Jew from World War II. Thank you for being here, Mr. Gehring.
Thank you for inviting me, ma'am.
How did you arrive at the concentration camps?
We had to travel by train for a few days without any food or water.
What happened when you arrived?
We were immediately seen by a doctor who would either send us to the right or the left, depending on which way he sent us. One way would lead to the concentration camps where we would be killed immediately, and the other way would lead to the work camp where we would work.
What was your morning routine like?
We had to wake up at 3 a.m. and make our beds. If we resisted, the guards would give us 25 to 50 lashes. 400 people shared a bathroom, and the faucets were usually out of order. We were given no towels, and for breakfast, we were given bitter black coffee at 5 a.m.
What did you do during the day?
We worked for 12 to 14 hours a day building railroad tracks, carrying stones and coal, sewer repair, gardening, and other jobs. Stopping or slowing down would be considered done on purpose, and we would be beaten or even killed.
How did inmates die?
Sometimes the food supply was completely cut off, and many inmates would die of starvation. Many inmates killed themselves by running into electric barbed wire fence that surrounded us, and many more of them died from disease that spread quickly.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Gehring.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I'm here interviewing Mr. McDonald on his experience in World War II, which started in 1941. When did you enlist in the war, and why did you do so?
Well, I joined the Army in 1944. I did so because it was the thing to do. And it was a war to preserve democracy, and on a lot of good reasons. I was happy to join.
How old were you when you joined?
Well, there's a little problem there. I was actually, I think I was actually 17. And I didn't turn 18 until the end of the year that I joined.
Okay. What did you do when you were in the war? What did you...
Well, I went to Fort Knox, Kentucky, and learned to be a tanker. I was sent to basic training, and after that I was sent to non-commissioned officer school, and after that I was sent to officer candidate school, and I came out of that a second lieutenant.
What was your regiment that you controlled as your officer? What were you over?
Well, I as a second lieutenant, I had 5 tanks. Each tank has 5 guys in it, and so it's not a big organization, but it's what they gave second lieutenants to do.
Okay, what did you do, like, while you were in the tank? Like, what was your first kind of mission to go on?
Actually, I never went on an actual mission that wasn't training. All the missions that I ever went on were training missions. I never got involved in a shooting war. Personally, I was where there was a war, but I never got personally involved. And we would, for example, we would practice setting up the 5 tanks as artillery. And then we would learn how to destroy a target by shooting 5 guns at it. That would pretty much do it.
Why were you not involved in any mission?
Because everything that I was doing was training, and all of that training was being done in the United States. So there wasn't any war here, so they couldn't send me into it. Later, after I was commissioned and was through with all of the training missions, then we were sent to the Philippines. We landed in northern Luzon January 29th, 1945. and due to a very serious accident, I never got to go on an actual firefight. I was hurt, and I was sent to a burn unit, and the closest one was in China. So they sent me to China to recover, and since I was ambulatory, I couldn't sit around all day, and so they decided to send me to school, and I was given my choice of several different schools, and I picked military government school, and I went to that. It was a 6-month school, and I graduated from it, and just about that time Japan surrendered in August of 1945. So I was all trained and had nowhere to go. So they sent us then into the occupation of Japan, where I served for a little over 2 years, doing a very big variety of jobs, all under assignment by the Army.